Skipjack tuna are incredible fish. They're powerful swimmers, you know. You find them in the warm waters of our planet's oceans. These are not lazy fish, lounging around in one spot. No, they're always on the move, chasing after their next meal. They have dark blue backs and silvery bellies. This coloring helps them hide from bigger fish looking down from above and from smaller fish looking up from below. They also have dark stripes on their sides, which gives them the name skipjack. They are true predators of the open ocean, a vital part of the vast marine world. These fish live in massive groups called schools. A single school can have thousands, even tens of thousands of tuna. Imagine looking into the water and seeing a shimmering city of fish moving as one. They swim together for protection and to hunt more effectively. They feed on smaller fish, squid, and crustaceans. Their life is a constant journey across the vast blue expanse of the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans. They follow the warm currents, always searching for food and the right conditions to survive and grow. It's a life of perpetual motion, a dance with the ocean's rhythms. Skipjack tuna are not the biggest tuna out there. They are smaller than their cousins, the bluefin or yellowfin tuna. Most skipjack you'll find are about 3 feet long. They might weigh around 20 pounds. But what they lack in size, they make up for in speed and numbers. They are built for a life of high-speed pursuit with a streamlined, torpedo-shaped body. This design allows them to cut through the water with very little resistance, making them one of the fastest fish in the sea. They are the engine of many ocean ecosystems, a link in the food chain that supports so many other creatures. Their world is the warm, tropical and subtropical surface waters. They don't dive deep into the cold, dark abyss. Instead, they prefer the sunlit top layer of the ocean. This is where their food is most plentiful. This preference for surface waters also makes them accessible to the fishers who seek them out. Their entire existence is tied to the health of these surface waters. Changes in temperature or food availability can force them to change their ancient migration routes. Understanding where they live and how they behave is the first step in understanding the people who follow them across the seas. Finding skipjack tuna in the immense ocean is a real challenge. It's like looking for a moving needle in a colossal haystack. Experienced fishers don't just sail out blindly and hope for the best. They use a combination of old knowledge and new technology. For generations, they have learned to read the signs of the ocean. One of the most important signs is birds. Flocks of seabirds diving into the water are often a giveaway. The birds are hunting the same small bait fish that the tuna are pushing to the surface. Where there are feeding birds, there are often feeding tuna just below. Modern technology has given fishers new eyes to see beneath the waves. Many fishing boats are now equipped with powerful sonar systems. Sonar sends sound waves down into the water. These sound waves bounce off objects like a school of tuna and return to the boat. The sonar equipment then creates a picture on a screen, showing the fishers where the school is, how deep it is, and how large it is. This technology has changed the game, making the search far more efficient. It allows crews to target the right species and avoid wasting time and fuel on empty patches of ocean. Another tool that helps find these elusive fish is the Fish Aggregating Device, or FAD. A FAD is essentially a man-made floating object. It can be a simple raft made of bamboo or a more complex buoy with a GPS tracker. For reasons we are still learning, open ocean fish like skipjack are naturally drawn to floating objects. The FADs create a small, predictable ecosystem in the vast emptiness of the sea. Small fish gather under them for shelter, and then the bigger fish, like skipjack tuna, come to hunt the smaller fish. Fishers place these FADs in known tuna hotspots and can return to them later. The search is a team effort. On the boat, lookouts are posted high up in a crow's nest. They scan the horizon for hours, searching for those telltale signs: the splash of jumping fish, the dark shape of a school just below the surface, or the frenzy of diving birds. They communicate constantly with the captain on the bridge. When a school is spotted, the excitement on the boat is electric. The chase begins as the captain maneuvers the large vessel to get into the perfect position for the catch. It's a combination of patience, sharp eyes, and deep knowledge of the sea's secrets. Once a school of skipjack is located, the real work begins. The most common method for catching large quantities of skipjack is called purse seine fishing. The fishing vessels used for this are large and powerful, often over 150 feet long. These are not small fishing boats. They are floating factories designed for a specific purpose. The main piece of equipment is the purse seine net itself. This is a massive wall of netting, sometimes over a mile long and hundreds of feet deep. It has floats on the top line and weights on the bottom line to keep it hanging vertically in the water. The process of setting the net is a carefully choreographed maneuver. A smaller, faster boat called a skiff takes one end of the giant net and speeds away from the main vessel. The skiff encircles the entire school of tuna, pulling the net with it. The main vessel moves in the opposite direction, also deploying the net. In a matter of minutes, the school is completely surrounded by this massive curtain of netting. It is a race against time, as the fish could swim away if the crew is not fast and precise. Everything must work perfectly, and every crew member knows their job. After the school is encircled, the purse is closed. A thick cable, like a drawstring on a purse, runs through the bottom of the net. Powerful hydraulic winches on the main vessel begin to pull this cable. This action closes the bottom of the net, trapping the entire school of fish inside. There is no escape now. The huge circle of net becomes a giant bowl-shaped basket in the water, holding the catch. This part of the operation requires immense power and skill to manage the heavy net and the weight of the fish inside without tearing the equipment. With the net closed, the crew begins the slow process of hauling it back onto the boat. They pull the net in, making the space for the fish smaller and smaller. Finally, the fish are concentrated in a small section of the net right next to the boat. A massive scoop, called a brail, is then used to lift the tuna out of the net and into refrigerated holds below the deck. The fish are immediately chilled to keep them fresh. This whole process, from spotting the school to storing the fish, requires a skilled and hard-working crew working together like a well-oiled machine. Skipjack tuna is one of the most important fish in the world for human consumption. It is the fish you most often find in a can of tuna at the grocery store. Because skipjack are smaller and reproduce relatively quickly, their populations are generally healthier than those of larger tuna species. This makes them a vital source of affordable protein for millions of people all around the globe. From a simple tuna sandwich to more elaborate dishes, skipjack provides essential nutrition to families everywhere. Its mild flavor and firm texture make it incredibly versatile in the kitchen. The skipjack fishing industry also provides jobs for tens of thousands of people. This includes the fishers who spend months at sea, the engineers who maintain the boats, and the workers in processing plants who prepare the tuna for sale. Entire coastal communities in countries across the Pacific and beyond depend on the tuna industry for their livelihood. It's an economic engine that supports families and local economies. The money earned from fishing and processing tuna helps build schools, hospitals, and infrastructure in these regions, making it a cornerstone of their society. Because skipjack tuna are so important, we must fish for them responsibly. Many fishing companies and international organizations now work together to ensure the future of tuna stocks. They set limits on how much fish can be caught each year. They also work to reduce bycatch, which is the accidental catching of other sea creatures like sharks, turtles, or other types of fish. Methods like using special nets that allow non-tuna species to escape are becoming more common. Protecting the broader ocean ecosystem is crucial for the survival of the tuna themselves. Caring for our oceans is the key to a healthy future for both skipjack tuna and for us. Pollution, climate change, and overfishing are serious threats. By making smart choices, we can help protect this incredible resource. Supporting companies that use sustainable fishing methods helps encourage good practices. By managing our fisheries wisely and keeping our oceans clean, we ensure that future generations can also benefit from this amazing fish. The fate of the skipjack is tied to the fate of the ocean and ultimately to our own. It's a connection we simply cannot afford to ignore.